I ordered the Lashify kit.
Yay!
So you're gonna have to give me your tips.
Yeah, it's not hard at all. Hi, Megan. We'll give it a few minutes to see if anybody else will log on, and then we'll start. Is anyone doing anything? It's gonna be so hot.
Oh, I know.
We'll start like at 9:05, just to give everybody a chance. I know it was super last minute, so. Okay, girls, really quick. You guys are gonna have to get a pen and paper because there's gonna be some notes to take. Very, very important. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start, girls, because I don't think anybody else is gonna get on. I know I'm waiting for a few, but that said yes, but I don't want to waste anybody's time. I know it's Sunday morning and people have stuff to do. So I wanted to first, no, I think I'm already recording. I hope I'm recording. It says recording on the top right-hand corner, so I really hope I am. I'm just gonna do, let's see. I don't know why it's saying, I don't want it to do speaker view since none of us are really showing our faces this morning. There we go. Okay. So the first thing I want to start off with is that it's barely September 6th. It's the beginning of the month. We have a long ways to go. I really just want all of us to just push and just really try and get going. But I get it that sometimes it's a little hard to get going when you don't feel like you know enough information. And I know that for me in the beginning, I wanted to learn everything about the products before actually going out there and doing it. And that made me wasted a lot of time, precious time that people actually were interested and were waiting to hear back from me. So let's see if I don't know where exactly I want to start, but I guess I'll start with this. The first thing that I want to talk about is in customer service, you want to set up your customers to know what they're getting into. Okay. So yes, you want to explain the VIP. Yes, you want to explain the 15%. Yes, you want to explain the purchase plus discount, because all of those are really amazing things. But that is not always what I start with. Okay. So the first thing that I usually start with is, hi, I know you're interested. Let's first answer these questions and then go from there. So what I'm gonna do as your new whatever hair guru, as your new consultant, whatever you want to say, is first ask you a few questions, because I need to know what your hair needs are. And then from there, I will move on and I will tell you what I recommend. Okay, so you always want to set it up as, this is what I'm going to set you up with first, but this may not always be what you're going to use. I want to get your hair and your scalp healthy, revived, renewed, all that stuff, and then get you to something like, then go towards hair goals. So some of you have my questions that I send, some of you don't. But obviously the generics are, is your scalp dry or oily? Are your ends dry? Is your hair curly, straight, tight curls, loose curls, thick? Is your hair thick? Is your hair thin? How often do you use hot tools? How often do you dye your hair? But the main things are gonna be, what styling products are you using right now? Describe your hair issues in one sentence, and describe what you want your hair to look like / hair goals in one sentence. Because that's gonna tell you exactly, are they having scalp issues? Are they more concerned about how their hair looks out here? And then that's how you're gonna be able to set it up. You're gonna pick the shampoo depending on what their scalp issues are. You're gonna choose the conditioner depending on what their hair strand problem is, okay? So you always wanna have the reasonable expectations. Guys, what we start them off with might not be what they need in the long run or what they end up falling in love with. And you need to set that up for them, okay? And don't set up for bad expectations. Last night I was listening to a training and they said, don't tell them they're gonna go through a detox process. Because we think about detox as like a diet and like I don't know, detoxing from alcohol, or I don't know. And so you think you already have this like super negative connotation for it. So I would say, you're going to go through a transition phase. Okay. And I heard that last night and I was like, wow, that really does make sense. Keep it simple, guys. For everyone that I am starting off, for absolutely everyone that I am starting off, it's going to be a shampoo, a conditioner, a styling product, and the oil if they can afford it. And here's the other little tangent on there. Do not assume that they do not have the money to buy or that they're not going to be willing to buy. Do not assume that someone's not going to want to jump in the business. Do not assume that, oh, you know what, I'm just going to tell them to buy the sale and that's it because I don't know if they're going to afford it. Don't put your own expectations about where you started on your customers. That's not cool because you're not giving them the respect that they deserve, okay? So yes, tell them, you know what? I recommend shampoo, conditioner, and styling product. And yes, the oil is gonna balance your pH and it's going to get you through the transition phase faster. Okay? You want to, you know, don't go into details, don't go into here and there, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay? So now, next, you want to tell them all our shampoos and conditioners, all our styling products, they all lead to healthy hair, more hair, and a better scalp, better hair follicle, better everything. However, I want you to know that whatever I set you up with now, I'm obviously going to give you or put a 1 month from now order, a flexible order. I always tell my customers, because the instant they hear I'm putting a order in for next month, they're like, oh my gosh, you told me there was no monthly payment. You told me there was no monthly anything, like, and now you're setting up it. No. So I tell them, this is for me, because I'm going to be reminded of this, order that you have. I'm going to be reminded about it in a month from now. So a few days before your order goes out, and remember, you're not going to get charged until the order goes out that day, I'm going to get an email saying that your order is coming up. Therefore, this is my reminder to check in with you and see how you're doing, what you're liking, what you're not. So you need to communicate with me and tell me so that I can set you up and edit the order, move the order, whatever it is. And then when that time comes and I get that email, I make sure to text my customers. I text every single one of my VIPs whenever they have an order coming up. Not my market partners, because they should know what they're doing. They should know, unless I have a market partner that maybe isn't selling or isn't part of anything. But I'm trying to get away from that. I always tell, like, oh, but what about the business aspect of it? Okay, yes, but are you willing to like jump in right now full on? Because if you're not, you're going to waste those 3 months of amazing bonuses that you can get, and they're never going to come back. So why don't you start as a VIP, check the product out, and then go. So once I get that message, I ask them. And my text, guys, what you say, what comes out of your mouth is going to be very important. Hi, I'm checking in. I noticed you have an order coming up on blah, blah, blah date. I'm wondering how you're doing, what you like, what you don't like, and wondering if you need help editing. That's it. I don't ask them if they need help moving it. I don't ask them none of that, okay? So when I say if you need help editing, then they're more open to tell me, hey, you know, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, blah, blah, blah. What do I need? And then, okay, let me set up your cart, or let me tell you what you need to edit. It would be a good thing to, one, make a video, a little video explaining how to edit, and then another little video of saying how to move the date, just so that you can send it to them maybe on that first time and be like, here it is, here's how you do it, here's what I'm recommending. Sorry guys, my cat just jumped on my bed. Okay, so now, the standard for everybody is gonna be Renew. Okay, come on, Toby. Renew, Revive, Revitalize Conditioner, or Smoothing Conditioner. Those are like my I realize that any time that I'm doubting myself, what should I get? And I text Melody my stuff and I'm like, hey girl, I need help, because I still need help, guys. It's been a year now, a little over a year. And I send it to them and I'm like, Melody, help me out, because I don't know what to recommend. It's throwing me off. The standards are Renew shampoo, Revive shampoo, Revitalize conditioner, Smoothing conditioner. I can write them down. Black shampoo, Revitalize condition, and Smoothing conditioner. So whenever you are like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to recommend, I don't know what to give, I don't know. These are gonna be your basics. Renew, guys, Chrissy has said it so many times. The company started off with Renew and Revive. and they sold so much their first year and they had great reviews their first year, and you know, these are going to be the standard. Okay. The other thing too is that I do not like to use the hair quiz that Monat gives us. The reason for that is because the instant someone puts, oh, I'm balding, they're going to do the intense repair line. Or the instant that they do, I have super thin flat hair, it's going to take them to the volume line. And you're not putting on there what your scalp issues are, or if you dye your hair, or all this other stuff. So I don't like to do that quiz because we're not going to start them off with the things, the add-ons. Okay, those are add-ons. All of those are add-ons. These are your main ones to get them to have a healthy scalp, healthy hair, balanced pH. Okay, so now I'm going to go to fine straight hair. Okay, so if they have super fine straight hair, you want to ask, obviously, is it dry? Is your scalp dry or not dry? Okay, and I'm looking at my notes, guys, because I write this all down. You always want to go for Renew if they have dry scalp, because this has our most intense Rejuvenique oil in it. If they want volume with that hydration part of it, then you're gonna do the Revitalize conditioner. Once you fix their scalp and their scalp is no longer dry, then you can switch them to the Revive shampoo and the Revitalize conditioner and give them the full-on volume line, because that's what they want. But you want to focus on fixing the scalp, because fixing the hair follicles, fixing the scalp, that's going to be the most important thing in order for them to have healthy hair and not just healthy looking hair. Okay, you don't want to just fix the outside part. Remember, our hair goes through cycles. They're going to get rid of some of this hair along the ride. But if their scalp is healthy, then they're always going to maintain healthy hair. Okay, so that's for fine straight. Start them off with Renew if they have scalp issues, and volumizing conditioner, and then switch them to Revive and Volume if they want volume in the long run. Black 2-in-1 is gonna be for absolutely everyone, guys. This is gonna be the clarifying shampoo. This is gonna take off all the grime and the nasty stuff that we get from the environment, from this, from that. Make sure to let them know that it has a minty eucalyptus feeling. Not everybody likes that. Sometimes it can be a little too intense for some people. So make sure that you don't, you let them know beforehand, because some people don't like that feeling. But practically, and almost all of us use black shampoo as our first wash to get that clarifying feeling. For those of you that have the lighter dyed hair, the toner feeling of it, and then you're going to switch on to your second wash, which is going to be something more on your scalp. Okay. My curly hair girls. This is where I struggle, because I don't have curly hair. I didn't grow up with, actually my mom has curly hair, but she never actually took care of it. So it is kind of like a very challenging part for me. And what I've noticed is that curly hair girls take a really long time to choose exactly what they like. And when they like it and they like the way their curls look, they stick to it, and it's really hard to get them to change. So you need to ask one very specific question for your curly hair girls. Are they curly, coarse, and thick? Or are they curly, wavy, and fine? Okay, repeat that again. So curly and coarse, or are your curly, wavy, and fine? So if they're curly and coarse and they're missing that hydration, you're gonna start them off with Renew. If they like a more calm curl and they want to relax their curls, if they usually blow dry their hair, if they tell you, this is why you need to ask, like, do you use hot tools? What hot tools do you use? Do you use blow drying stuff, or do you straighten, or do you curl it? So coarse curly hair, you're going to start them off with Renew if it's super dry, because curls are always going to need hydration. But then if they like a smooth finish to the rest of their hair strands, you're going to go with Smoothing Deep Conditioner. But if they love their curls to be in like a fro and they love that, then you're going to do Revitalize Conditioner. Okay.
What about the Super Nourish?
So Super Nourish, I was reading up on it because I'm not a fan, but Melody always reminds me, like, Ruth, you don't have curly hair. That's why you don't like
Right.
it.
I don't like it either for my hair. I feel like it literally weighs my hair down,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's still dirty. Like it doesn't have that clean feeling to me.
So
but my daughter,
yeah,
I use it on my daughter's hair, and her hair, when I use it, her curls are the most insane, like defined ringlets.
Yes.
And her hair doesn't feel that dirty feeling like mine. Right. I hate it.
Yeah, same. I do not like it at all. And I was reading up on it, and was for super ethnic hair, or for those girls that like their super ringlets, that's a good one.
The Super Nourish.
Yeah. But they were saying, so it's like the coarse, curly, dry, but you need to remind them that it will not suds like everything else.
Right.
And that it's an oily, creamy feeling. Because some of your curly hair girls like that sudsy feeling. And so you're going to give them the Super Nourish in the beginning, and they're going to be like, what the heck? I hate this. Yeah. So, and same thing, like they, the video that I was watching, they were like, don't start them off with that. Tell them you have
so
that.
do it for like their second. Like their second round?
Okay. Second round. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially because we want to heal. We don't know what they've been using before.
Right.
So you don't want to, like, that's why it's important, I think. I always ask my curly hair girls, what are you using to style?
Okay.
Because if they like that mousse crunchy feeling, you're going to want to get the Refresh curling spray, because that one leaves it very crunchy, and the mousse. But if they're like, oh my gosh, I always have wanted to like put my hair through my hair in my curls, but my curls to stay, then you're going to go with the curl defining cream, because it's a lot more flexible.
Yeah. The other thing I noticed with my daughter is that new Flexi Hold gel. I do a little bit of that mixed with the curl defining cream, and her curls are like, so that's a great recommendation for everybody.
Yeah, I tried that
on his hair
after you put it, because I was like, oh my gosh,
so good,
so amazing. So yeah, so that's kind of on the curly hair side. Okay, guys, as you can see, for the beginning, you really cannot go wrong with Renew, Revive, and Revitalize Conditioner and the Smoothing Conditioner. Okay, super fine straight hair. Did I go over that one? I think I did. Oh, okay. So all the other advanced hydrating, the restructuring line, the intense repair, and all the masks. So all of these are add-ons. So the cool tip that I was reading yesterday is, unless those are a flash sale, you don't start your customers with any of these. If they're a flash sale, you better believe they need it. Okay? If that's what they're going to start with, then that's what they're going to start with, because some people will not start unless there's a sale. And that was me. So if that's the sale, and that's when it's going to be what makes them go for it, shoot, forget about Revive and Renew, get them the freaking sale. Okay? You can give them little samples, and I buy little bags from Amazon of the Renew and the Revitalize conditioner, or the Revive and the Smoothing Conditioner, so that you can tell them, look, this is a sale. Yes, you need it, because they will need it in the end. I don't know if Krista does the same thing as me, but you'll see my shower, I have every single line almost on there, and depending on what I want for that 3 days that I'm not going to wash my hair, that's what I'm going to use. If I don't want frizz, I'm going to use the smoothing line, especially when I have all these little extra hair growth going on right now. I'm going to want to smooth it out. If I'm going to go, you know, obviously we're not going out or anything, but usually like if I'm going to go to church and I'm going to be up there singing with the praise team or whatever, I use the volume line because I want my hair to be nice and like big. So guys, they're going to use it. Okay. But give them some samples of the stuff that you're going to tell them like, hey, this is the sale, get in on the sale because you want to, but on your flagship, I'm going to put the Renew, the Revitalize, or the Revive and the Smoothing, or whatever it is that they need, because I want you to also have really healthy hair. So we're going to work on your hair goals, but we're also going to work on getting it healthy. Okay, because all the advanced hydrating, the restructure, the intense repair line, and all the styling stuff, they don't have they don't have enough capixyl in it, which is the stuff that's gonna help them heal their hair. Okay. What else can I tell you?
I just want to, Ruth, I just want to say one thing. A lot of people worry about the smoothing, like it's gonna flatten their hair. Do not worry about that, ladies. No. All it does is it smooths the cuticle. So it's going to take the frizzy hair strand and it's going to smooth the cuticle, but not flatten the hair strand. So you're still going to have the volume. Your hair's not going to be like slicked to your head. Yep. I really love the smoothing conditioner. I don't use it all the time though, but I love it because it takes that little bit of frizz away. Yep. Without leaving your hair like lacking like volume and stuff.
Right. A good thing to start them off with too, in case like they tell you, oh, I'm balding, could also be Revive shampoo and the Intense Repair conditioner, because that one isn't a super intense, like, you know, like if you were to start them off with the full Intense Repair line, but at least you're getting that extra like Intense Repair in there, but you're also hydrating them, because the Intense Repair conditioner does feel like it's like your hair just drank water. I don't know how to explain it, but that's kind of how it feels. And it has also that fresh feeling in it. Okay. Okay. So styling product, you're going to remember, I'm telling you guys, I start everybody with shampoo, conditioner, styling product, and the oil. If they tell me, oh, I can't, you know, afford the oil right now. Okay, I'm going to put the oil on your first flagship because, girl, you're going to need it. It's going to get you through the transition phase a lot faster. So that styling product, I'm going to base the styling product on what they do the most. Do they blow dry their hair the most, or do they use hot tools the most? Okay, so if it's going to be someone who blow dries their hair all the time, every time they get out of the shower, you best believe they need the blowout cream. Okay, because it's amazing. It's going to cut dry time in half. It has heat protectant in it, and it's going to control frizz and dry time, frizz, and it locks in style as well. Okay, so that's like literally my standard. I almost always do the blowout cream. If someone tells me, oh, I blow dry my hair, I use the blow dryer. Okay. If someone is telling you, oh, I don't use the blow dryer, I let my hair air dry, but then I use tons of heat tools in it, you're gonna get them the thermal heat protectant. Okay. It's not gonna control the frizz like the blowout cream. It's not going to give you that shine like the blowout cream, but it's going to go ahead and protect your hair from that heat. So one thing to make really important, guys, when people have buildup in their hair, they're not curling or putting that heat directly on their hair strands. Okay. They are putting that heat on that buildup. So what's important when they start getting rid of that buildup, they need a heat protectant, because it's now going straight to their hair strands and they are going to burn the heck out of their hair. So please, please, please remember to always protect your hair from the heat with either the blowout cream or the thermal heat protectant. If I need to blow dry my hair super quickly and I need it to be super hot, I sometimes even mix a little bit of the blowout cream and the thermal heat protectant in there, and I throw it in because I want that extra protection, okay? If someone tells you I always let my hair air dry and I don't use any heat tools at all, because I have gotten those people. I don't know how they live, but I have gotten them. Then do the leave-in conditioner, okay? Guys, if you need me to repeat anything, I know some of you are taking notes, so please, please, please let me know. And if you want to turn your camera on, it doesn't matter if you're in the car or anywhere. It just makes it nice to not see names and just see faces.
Ruth, you said if they air dry, use the leave-in conditioner?
Yes, if they air dry and they hardly ever use any hot tools, like if they're a super simple girl who just doesn't like doing anything extra to it, I would always do leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner, and also people who like are doing a lot of stuff out in the sun or swimming a lot or things like that, because our leave-in conditioner has the UV protectant in it. It repels chlorine and all the like the stuff that shouldn't be in our water, basically. And I truly believe that because, guys, the water that comes out of our shower is processed like crazy. This is why when your bottles, like your shampoo bottles, they start to become like moldy, or not moldy, but the brown like kind of comes out on them if they're metal. That is what the chemicals and the processing stuff of the water does to that, and it does it to your hair as well. So you want to protect your hair from all that environmental stuff, and that is one of the products, or one of the ingredients in all of our products.
What about the air dry cream? Would you recommend both?
It's not something I would start them for their transition phase. It's because you want to take care of the drying part of it, and you want to protect their hair as it's going through that transition phase and getting all that buildup off. You want to protect it from all that stuff. So I would still do the leave-in conditioner to start with. They can get the air dry cream later on. If your customer is someone who styles their hair and doesn't wash for like 3 days, you want to get them the dry shampoo. Okay, dry shampoo is going to be for those girls that have never, ever washed their hair every single day. That was not me. So that would not be a styling product that someone would give me in the beginning. I used to wash my hair literally every single day. Okay, our dry shampoo, no butane, no propane, no sulfate, no talc. Talc closes up your pores. And so when you close up that pore, you no longer are having blood supply to that hair follicle. And what happens is then you have a hair strand that is lifeless. There's no blood circulating through that hair strand because your hair follicle is completely closed. So what's going to happen when they start using Monat, that hair strand is going to come out because it's dead. That follicle is going to open up and brand new hair is going to come out with actual blood supply. Okay, obviously you're not going to go in that deep, but that's the science of it. I love science, and so giving it my little spiel. But guys, start simple unless your customer wants everything. Liz is on here. She has heard me before where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to start them off with shampoo and conditioner and whatever the sale has. And then they text me back and they're like, oh, okay, but I want something for to hold my curls, or, oh, I want something for this. And then I'm like adding. And I'm like, sometimes I even doubt myself so much that I'm like, okay, I created a cart with just the essentials. This is the total plus tax. And then I created a cart with your essentials and everything that you're asking me for. And this is the price, so that they can compare. And they literally almost always choose the one with everything in it. Why is that? Because our purchase plus discount will give them more discount on top of their 15%. And they're going to see that the $29 that the dry shampoo or whatever they wanted is going to actually not be $29. It's going to be maybe $15 because of the 25% off that they got. And so they're like, okay, never mind. I want the better deal. Give me it all. Okay. If you have someone who loves or used to do Brazilian blowouts, okay, and they have super split ends, you're gonna want the Rejuva beads. Okay, Rejuva beads lasts so for 2 to 3 washes. So you don't need to put this on every single day. You don't need to put this on then every single time you wash your hair, because it lasts 2 to 3 washes. And then always renew for people who want that super slick Brazilian blowout feeling. You want to ask them, what do you use on a daily basis? These are questions that you're asking, you know, after they send you your full thing. You need maybe a little more information. And if they tell you, oh, on a daily basis, I use gel, or on a daily basis, I use hairspray, you're going to want to tell them. You're going to want then the Monat hairspray or the Monat gel. Because if you are using Monat just to wash, and you're using all your other products to style, all those other products are going to have waxes and silicones in them. So you're going to be in the transition phase forever. You're never going to get past it. Because you're going to be washing off the buildup, getting out, putting on the buildup again. Washing off the buildup, putting buildup on your hair again. You're never going to get the results. And guys, I have VIPs who it's been months and I keep telling them and they still are not away from the transition phase. And so then I tell them, okay, well, I can't do more for you. You need to be honest, even though it may sound brutal. I can't do more for you unless you really switch. And if you don't want to switch, then the shampoo, the conditioner, all of that is not going to do what it's capable of doing. Okay. For some people, you know, you want to tell them during that transition phase, you may be a little more dry, you may be a little more oily. Your scalp is not going to feel the best because it's getting rid of all that, it's opening up all those pores. Your hair strands might not look the best because they've been covered up with all that buildup for a really long time. Sometimes to get you through the transition phase, you might need a third wash. And I've noticed that with a couple of people. So you might need to do black shampoo twice, and then, or 3 times sometimes, and then your renew or your revive, okay? Something that I just learned last night that blew my mind. People who are telling you, and this is gonna be good because I know Liz has a VIP who's been struggling with this. If you have someone who's going through the transition phase, and for those of you guys that just popped on, you're not saying detox face anymore. None of us are, because this was mind blowing. No more saying detox face. That has a very negative connotation towards everything. You're gonna say transition phase, okay? If you have someone who's going through a intense transition phase and they keep telling you, I am extremely oily, you're gonna want to get the clarifying shampoo for them. It doesn't have a lot of our Capixul in it. It doesn't have much of our Rejuvenique oil in it, but you need to clarify them. So you're gonna have them do the black shampoo and then the clarifying shampoo. And sometimes they'll need to do the black shampoo twice and then the clarifying. It's not.
What about the conditioner?
The conditioner,
like, wouldn't that be too drying?
So don't use the clarifying conditioner and things like that. Use, I would use maybe the Intense Repair conditioner or the Revitalized conditioner, because you still want to hydrate somewhere. So you're going to get that hydration from your conditioner. Remember, You're choosing the shampoo depending on their scalp issues. You're choosing the conditioner from the rest of the hair. Okay.
Is the Intense Repair conditioner more hydrating than the Revitalize?
No, but it's a little more of the clarifying. So this is for someone who has like the intense transition phase. So don't start them off on that if they're not going through like an intense transition phase. But the clarifying shampoo is going to be the one that like literally just strips all that buildup off, because sometimes they need it. Okay. For those of you that came on my standards, I wrote them on the group chat. Renew shampoo, black shampoo, revitalized conditioner, smoothing conditioner. Those are always going to be your standards. You cannot go wrong with those guys. For people who tell you, I want my curls to hold and I want them to hold for a really long time, there's a very important question to ask. Do they like their curls to last, but do they like to put their hands through them like I do? Or do they want their curls to hold and they don't care if they can put their hands through them? If they want to be able to put their hands through, then tell them to use the texturizing clay, which is hairspray in a cream form. That's the best way to describe it. Or the mousse. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, the mousse. This morning, girls, I washed my hair yesterday. This morning, I pumped like 2 pumps of the mousse. I put it all on this area. I let it completely dry. I brushed it out and then I curled. Very important to let all our people know that all our styling products you can use on dry hair, okay? If they want curls that hold and are strong and they don't care if they can put their hands through their hair, then you want to do the thickening spray and the hairspray. The thickening spray I love. It does make your hair feel like it's thick, but I do feel that it makes it like a tangly feeling. So it's not for people who, like me, like to put their hand through their hair, okay? The root lifter, I don't start them off with, even if they want tons of volume. But little trick, you are able to use the root lifter on your roots, even when it's dry. You just need to dry it in. So you grab your hair, you put the root lifter on, and then you grab the blow dryer and you blow dry it in. Same, I feel like with the dry shampoo. If you're using the dry shampoo in the morning, I have stopped doing that. I now put my dry shampoo on the night before and I sleep with my dry shampoo in my hair so that it really penetrates in. But if you're someone who, oh shoot, I forgot to put my dry shampoo on, put it on in the morning and throw the blow dryer just a little bit on your roots, just so that it really penetrates in, okay? Lastly, the Unknot Detangler and the Color Lock Spray, okay? The Unknot Detangler and the Color Lock Spray, I feel like are very similar in a sense. Someone who tells you, oh my gosh, I get out of the shower and I literally can't even put my brush through it. Unknot Detangler. Even though I did have someone who could never do that and they didn't want to start off with the Unknot Detangler, and the shampoo and the conditioner alone did the trick, and they are amazed that they can now brush their hair without any issue. So the Unknot Detangler, obviously, yes, it's gonna help you detangle your hair, but the Color Lock is a sunscreen, okay? Even if they don't dye their hair, it still is a good one to recommend for someone who's out in the sun a lot and for someone who needs to mend their damaged hair, which usually is our girls that use bleach, because it has the fiber rescue in it. So it's going to mend all that damaged hair. Okay? Alrighty, girls. I think that is it. I recorded this. I hope I can get it to work and save it for all of you guys that couldn't get in earlier, because I feel like this is a lot. Okay, to end. Tell your customers, stay the course with me. Trust me. If they're supporting you in your business, if it's not a random person, if it's someone who loves you, most of the time they're going to be like, okay, I love you, I'm going to get through this. Never say I'm sorry for what's happening, because the transition phase just depends on how bad they have treated their hair in the past. And if you believe in your products, if you love your products, you don't need to say sorry, okay? And if it doesn't work for someone, or they end up having an allergic reaction to something, it's not your fault, okay? Fall in love with your stuff, guys. This sale is a good one to get all those extra shampoos yourself, because you want to be able to use everything in order to tell people how it feels. I bought the Super Nourish shampoo last year when it came out in the convention, just to try it out and to see exactly what it felt like on my hands, on my hair, what it did to my hair, so that now I know if someone is telling me that they have the exact same hair issues as me, I'm not going to recommend the Super Nourish shampoo or conditioner, because it's not for my type of hair. If you don't fall in love with your products, you're never going to be excited to sell them. And we are in the business of sharing what we love and not selling what we love. That's the difference. You want to help others. You're not there to make numbers, okay? So yes, have them trust you, tell them to stay the course. Biggest thing, like I said in the beginning, set them up with reasonable expectations, okay? Because the first transition phase is not going to be a fun one for some. For others, it's going to be great. For others, it's not, okay? Any question? No questions. Okay. That's fine.
I have one, sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
So you got off of this one, but it was for the thinner wavy hair for curls. What would you recommend again? I got your coarse one, but your
the wavy
you said
fine,
curly, wavy, and
yes,
fine.
correct. Yeah. The wavy fine, I would do Renew shampoo and the Intense Repair conditioner. Unless they want that huge volume, then I would do the Revitalize. But if they don't want that volume and they want to get it healthy and they have that wavy fine hair and they don't want their poof, then I would do Renew shampoo and Intense Repair conditioner.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Alrighty, I think that's it, girls. I was listening to a podcast this morning and it said your own excuses are someone else's motivation. So write down those excuses that you have in a way where they turn into your motivation daily. Okay? Alrighty, girls, have a good day. What if someone's hair is falling out? Allie, for someone whose hair is falling out like mine was, the go-to is always Revive shampoo, Revitalize conditioner, your black shampoo as your first wash, and the Intense Repair spray. Especially for postpartum hair loss. Anyone that's telling you I am having bald spots because of how badly my hair is falling out, you do the intense repair spray in the beginning and start them off with either their Renew or the Revive, depending, do they have scalp issues? I'm gonna go with Renew. If they don't have scalp issues, I'm gonna go with Revive shampoo. And then Revitalize conditioner, because if their hair is falling out, you want them to have volume so that it looks like they have a lot of hair during that transition phase. You never start someone off in the intense repair line. Super, super important. Guys, this has hardly completely, like, don't do the shampoo, the conditioner, and the intense repair spray for their first thing. I spot dose. I'm a nurse, so that's like my thing. Like, spot dose your intense repair line. So use it for 4 weeks or use it for 2 weeks, and then go back to Renew or Revive and Revitalize conditioner or your smoothing conditioner, because that is an actual treatment. Okay, it has hardly any of the oil in it. It doesn't have any of the like intense like capixyl in it. Like, it's gonna dry them out, and you don't want that during a transition phase, because you don't know what their hair is gonna do during that transition phase. So if you start them off with an actual treatment that's gonna completely dry them out, you're gonna be in trouble. They're not gonna like the product, and you're gonna get them through a super intense transition phase, and it's not gonna be pretty. Alrighty, girls. Let me stop recording.